Now we have a compound interest question. It is not saying continuous compound interest. It just says compound. Continuous is at every moment of time. This says daily. So M in your formula is going to be 365. You may be using a textbook where it uses little I to stand for the periodic interest rates. That 1.6% is an annual interest rate without taking into account the effectiveness. So I've replaced I with R over M because that's the first thing that I'm going to do by the order of operations anyway. So whether I remember this formula and that I equals R to the M and that N equals M times T, I just put everything in there all at once and follow the order of operations. One formula to remember instead of three. Okay, so 365 divided into 0.016. Notice again, that 1.6% as a decimal, I have converted that to a percent by moving that decimal point 2 to the left. I'm going to divide that by 365. So let's see what we get there. And I'm making sure that the calculator shows me every single decimal place that it can. If you're working with a TI-84 or TI-30, you can go to mode and set it to float. Adding 1 to that, technically, since this is already showing the most that most of the TI-84s can show, 10 digits here. Technically, when we add 1, you're not going to see that last 4. After the parentheses, I need to raise it to this exponent, but there's work to do in the exponent. 365 times 4 is 1460. By the way, this will apply to many of the questions from here on out. Usually you're going to have something that's between 1 and 2 that is raised to a power. If it's bigger than 2, then you're talking about doubling, tripling your money, things like that. That doesn't happen very quickly. You would have to have a very good interest rate or a long amount of time or some nice mix of the two to start to get things to double and triple. So I found out here what 1.000043 blah, blah, blah to the 1460 is. And finally, I do the multiplication. After rounding, because this is money, to the hundredths place, $551.08.